Hello everyone, I am back for another reading. This reading that I'm going to be doing will be on Reene Good. She was shot by an ICE agent in Minnesota. So I want to check to see what is going on with these ICE raids and what really happened to her. Why did this escalate? All right, Spirit, can you show me what happened to Reene Good? What was the intention of this officer? Okay, so we got the garden and the gate. Okay, so this is doing something that you are not supposed to do, doing something that is out of the norms. Okay, so when it's upright, it's safe, it's by the rules. When it's in reverse, I'm coming up out of my comfort zone. Okay. Whoa. All right. A lot of energy here. Door to value is in reverse. Carrying connections. Okay. So this is like, okay, so I'm seeing two situations here. I'm seeing the officer here on the left, and I'm seeing Reene Good here on the right, which is wanting to protect her home, okay? Wanting to protect those that she loves. She's very close to her neighborhood and the people that surround her, okay? So this is being accused of like blocking the pathway through, okay? So that would be the road, right? So the temple path, literally the path. So blocking the path, okay? So the officer was like, you know, he's here. He sees the path being blocked, okay? So where they're trying to go. Attachment, okay? Attachment. So he's a ticking time bomb that was ready to explode. Either way, we got attachment here, okay? We got someone who is already has a lot of issues, take action, is easily triggered, okay? Easily triggered, more than likely in his employment, because we're getting employment here now. He more than likely had some sort of confrontations with other officers at one time, so that may come out. Even a past. Maybe with other women. Yep, second chakra here. He's got a feminine wound. So a hatred towards feminine, okay? So door to personal healing, which is basically his ego. His unresolved ego is what played an issue here, right? So she was in his path, okay? Which was, he saw it as an inconvenience. You're in my path. This is like someone who thinks when he comes in, he owns everything, right? So he's like, I own this street. So when I'm here, I own this street. This means everybody get off the street, all right? That's what it means, right? Attachment, I own this street. So when I move, everybody else must move. Okay, so when he's coming through, damn, these cards are going crazy. We got the world. So it's not being seen the way that they want it to be projected, right? The attachment, they're not showing everything that actually took place about this man, right? So I think they're going to try to hide his history, but it's not going to happen. It says patience. Justice is definitely coming. Patience. More is going to come out about this. I definitely feel her working behind the scenes in the spirit realm. She is going for justice. She is going for revenge. We got Angel of Balance here in reverse. She is going for a revenge in the spirit world. Yep, we got the journey here. She's not at peace. The Angel of Love here. She sees what's going on in the world. She sees what is being hidden. What is being hidden. She is remaining here. She is not traveling to the other side. What is being said about her is not true what had happened, okay? So it's being twisted about her. Okay, the goddess of the moon in reverse. Exactly. She couldn't give her part of the story because she was murdered, right? Woman holding coin in reverse. I can't give my information because I was murdered. I'm depending on my people, my loved ones, to speak for me because they know my true nature, right? Those who love me know my true nature. Okay? She stood up for people. The goddess of the moon. This man was clearly a problem here. Okay? So this is like I stood up. I said something. Okay? This is I said something. I was traveling through. The goddess of the moon is in reverse. Door to romance, okay? So she was with her lover, okay? So her partner is coming through here. All right? So I didn't know it was going to escalate this way. I didn't know it was going to turn out this way, all right? Let me pull with this card. Current status available. All right. Legal. Okay, so the current status here, and then we got legal court. Okay. He's going to have to appear in court. There's definitely going to be court here. Pressure. People are just going to get more and more enraged about it, about what had happened to her. So he's going to have to go to court over what had happened. Synchronicities. This is something that is fated. This is a fated event. In a way, what this is showing is she sacrificed herself on a spiritual level to reveal something that is going on. Okay? So this is like a legal contract here. A contract here that is going to reveal truth about what is really happening with ICE officers. And I'm not saying all of them, specific ones and immigrants, okay? There's lost, ghosted, blocked, cut off, okay? There's something that they are doing that is malicious and it has evil intent. Okay, so come together, reconciliation is in reverse. He's going to be held accountable either way. Okay, I'm seeing it. So either it's through the courts or through people. Okay, so however that is seen or heard. Silence, non-action, crickets. He's being quiet. He's being quiet. He's separated from everybody. Because he's scared. He's really, really scared. People are recalling what he said at that moment, okay? Other people who know him are recalling memories. People who work with him, worked with him in the past. It could be even before him being an agent. It could be them coming forward and saying this was his behavior. This is how he acted, right? It could even be they're forced to, like a binding, like they have to testify. So here's the tragedy right here. I feel like there is a lover in his past that's also going to have to. There's a tragedy, forbidden love. Something to deal with an ex-lover. Drastic, extreme, harsh, cut off. He's very drastic, okay? He's very extreme. He uses extreme force, okay? So he's hoping that this will be a good outcome for him, but there is not a good outcome for him. Yeah, he's in denial. A lot of people are in denial as well that are making excuses for him. So there's a lot of denial here. Let's get an outcome. We got magnetic. We got crushed. Looks like, yeah, there's not a good outcome here because he's crushed. There's a tragedy here. Recalling. Cricket. They're going to try to shove this. I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to cover the story, like remove this story, cover up this story, and put something else for people to focus on, a distraction coming up. But there's a faded outcome here. So yeah, I absolutely do feel he's going to be prosecuted one way or another, whether it's by the universe, or if it's by, judgment of the court. Okay, let's see what can I get future messages for Minnesota? The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so money was cut to Minnesota, okay? Money. All right, money. Queen of Pentacles, money. All right, a lot of money here. Three of Pentacles, targeting. Okay, so they're being targeted. Why are they being targeted exactly, though? The Knight of Wands. Okay, so that's war. So they're placed in a war, really. Minnesota's in a war with the government. Literally war. War on their people. Chariot. Okay, so that would be ice. Okay, the Chariot. Okay, so I feel like there's something that's covered up. Okay, there's something to do with immigrants. And then also what we've been seeing on the news about the fraud of Somalis. Okay, that's not really the issue here. What I'm seeing is this has been an ongoing issue with Minnesota and the government for a long time, okay? They don't see eye to eye. They're refusing to abide by like certain laws, some sort of regime, like some sort of change, okay? So they're refusing to change something. And so this is being forced. They're being forced, and I feel like they're trying to free themselves, right? So how Minnesota handles this depends on their future, okay? So they've definitely been stabbed in the back, betrayed, right? There it is, stabbed in the back, betrayed, okay? But it's in reverse, okay? So there's a fighting back, freeing themselves, okay? Whoa, all right. So we got the Queen of Cups here, and then we got the Emperor. Okay, so the story, because this is a mother, this is a caregiver. Okay, so this would be the daycares, the fraud. This would be immigrants. Okay, so Three of Wands would be people, from overseas, from other different countries. So the story is about fraud. Yep, fraud, Page of Pentacles. It's not the truth. The Six of Wands is in reverse. Okay, so the story being given isn't really the actual problem, whether there is some fraud or not. That's not the issue. It has to do with laws that they're not wanting to change or something. Yes, it's like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not coming together, right? So it's like the government is trying to enforce something on Minnesota, on the governor, and the governor's like, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not doing this. That's what I could just keep seeing. Is like, I'm not doing this. Yeah. The Five of Pentacles. And so it's like, okay, well then, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to make you impoverished. And the Death card is like, I want to end you. And so what they're going through right now, and I feel like y'all are going to be going through this fight for a little while. Judgment. Yeah, this is an unfair judgment, okay? So I feel like y'all are going to go through this fight for a while. I feel like there may be a break for a little bit, but it's definitely going to pick up its course. Now, let me get some information more on this fraud. Is this really happening? Can you give me some more information on the Somalis? The accusations against the Somalis surrounding the fraud. Okay, so we got today, present in the moment, so it means it's being talked about. We got the court, so we got legal. Okay. History, past that happened. Okay, something to do with the past that happened. Okay, let's do history. Cleansing. Okay, clearing out. Denial. Okay, so I see what's going on here. There's an excuse to clear the immigrants out, okay? Clear the immigrants out. We got emotions coming and going. There's denial, not facing the truth. So they're clearing, they're cleansing the immigrants out, okay? But not for the reason to do with fraud on the table. It's because Minnesota is refusing to work with the government. They're being blamed for fraud. And it's not the truth. Yes, sold, moving, physical location change. They're wanting to change something. It's like they're wanting to move the people out. There's something that they want to put in Minnesota, and he's refusing to abide by it. It's like, no, you're not changing our city. Like, I feel like somebody's going to say this. Like, there's something that they want to put in Minnesota, and it could be in that specific city, right? And it's like, the governor is like, no, I'm not doing that. And that's what it is. It's refusal of a settlement. Karmic, third party. There's somebody else that's in the middle, like in the middle of this. This is chess. This is literally chess, playing chess. Well, then it's like, well, then I'll just clear you out. That's what it's giving. It's giving, I will just clear you out. Yeah, it's like the people love Minnesota. They don't want it to be changed, but there's something that the government wants there. They want to place there. They want to build there. That there's a realization coming out about this, awareness finding out, coming to light. The people don't want to let go of it, okay? So the civilians there don't want to let go of it. And so this is happening to expose truth, okay? Dirty little secret down low, okay? TikTok deadline, time running out. They need this. Whatever it is that they want to build, they want to do in Minnesota, the government wants to do, they're running out of time. So it's TikTok crunch time. They're selling a different storyline to give them that excuse to move in and take full control of Minnesota because they want to build something. They have their own plan there. Yeah. Plugged, tuned in, internet connected. Okay, but this happening, right? The shooting and the death of Reene Good put a spotlight directly on Minnesota, okay, which was not supposed to happen. It happened because of karma, okay, exposure. And once that happened, there's threat and embarrassed, okay? We just got they don't realize this. The government, ICE, doesn't realize that they just got caught in their traps. Okay? They got stopped in their tracks because that was not supposed to have happened. And that's going to cause further issues if they continue with Minnesota, because then there's exposure, further exposure into the truth. Roller coaster, highest high, yeah. So there's the talk. This is, okay, let's go ahead and talk. Let's talk now. Let's sit down and talk. So they're coming to the negotiating table, right? That's what's happening. Look at that. Come together. Yes. Let's come to the let's come to a negotiation. Okay? Because they're afraid. There's denial. Afraid that now, since the shooting happened, everybody's seeing it across literally the world, what just happened, and they're on a roller coaster ride. It's like, well, that plan didn't work out. None of these plans are going to work out realistically. Karma follows right behind. Closed, lockbox. They're locked, closed in, trapped, frustrated, right? They're getting caught, all right? Drama queen, thirsty. They're causing chaos and they're being caught for causing chaos. And then we got retaliation on the back of the debt. It's called karma. Karma time. That's what's going on. All right? Exposing the truth. So I'm going to leave that there. And thank you for watching. And remember that this reading is for entertainment purposes only.